I can open them! But should I really do it? These unearthly beings terrorize the land and... Oh, shut up, good Talia!
So, you know how to open the seal. Excellent. Devious evil is obviously nobody's fool. It all feels like a real plan.
I just have to get through to the seals, then I can open them. But I need protection from the elemental guardians while I do so.
Okay, that should be doable. Get Talia to the seals. Guard her while she opens them. First, however, it would definitely be a good idea to build a powerful dungeon in order to be prepared for any heroes stationed in the area. A vortex could now be built. This excellent room makes it possible to create direct access to Hell by means of teleportation, or the gun from Portal, in order to hire funny, or sometimes not so funny, demons. The very curious evil soon began to build one of these vortexes. There were disgustingly good places near the dungeon, which would look much better as islands of evilness instead, especially since that evilness could be used for new technologies.
What is that unbearable place doing right in front of my dungeon? Disgusting! Creatures, advance! Destroy that thing! Oh, are you sure you want to do that, Talia? Shouldn't we sit down in a circle and talk about it one more time? Are you still here? Honestly, can't you see I'm busy destroying everything that is good? I don't have time for this disassociative identity order nonsense.
Stop doing the Therese and Jeanette thing. Heyday!
There's something funny going on around here. My knee is itching where I caught that arrow. Men, check it out.
The presence of Talia and the conspicuous Evil's army had not gone undiscovered, and the first miserable heroes were already on their way to the dungeon.
Where we will, of course, welcome them appropriately. Move, you lazy dung beetles! Get ready! You always have to be so unfriendly? I mean, really? Can't we just talk about this? I know this really good psychiatrist and... Don't force me to hit myself!
Yes. As our protagonist sank into one of her disputes with herself, the heroes spread across the surface. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The first vortex was finished. Here, demons could be hired or resurrected after their inglorious death for a tiny fee of mana.
Mana? But I don't have any mana.
That's true. Yes, but luckily the Gehenna stones produced exactly that. What a wonderful coincidence.
enemy. Whoa! Die.
Delicious evilness dribbled into the thereupon feasting evil's dungeon. This could be immediately sacrificed to the excellent idea of completing 1 or 2 new research projects.
I want Tanos's head.
Payday.
Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all!
Men, take a look at this. There's something strange going on here.
A local patrol unhappily stumbled into the area of the Gehenna Stones. They wouldn't leave without a fight, just the way I like it.
Just the way I liked it.
Wait a moment, I just said that. Are you trying to steal my lucrative narrator contract? Back off! I know where your car is.
Who do you want killed?
Enemies have entered the dungeon. The dungeon heart is being attacked. The homicidal evil had researched the Tinkerer's Cave. This perfidious room was used by the even more perfidious creatures of the Horde to build deadly traps and sturdy doors out of boring old toolboxes. The adventurous evil was keen to try this out right away. first Tinkerer's Cave was finished and appeared solid enough. Soon the creatures of the Horde would gather here voluntarily, or under the threat of beatings, to build dangerous traps for unwary heroes. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Drop me on the enemy.
Payday.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Spiders have spread throughout the underground. Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Take me to the enemy! Ow! Good! Oh, hey! Ha 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 ha!
Payday.
It is payday.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon. It's payday. Your little snots have uncovered a dragon's nest.
from above.
Payday.
orders. Yeah? You desire? Get up. The first Gehenna stone is very close. Soon I will destroy it. Tanos will be beside himself.
Apparently, there were a few elemental guardians who were not particularly pleased at someone fooling with the stones. They threateningly turned towards Talia. Of course, the defense-orientated evil would protect her at all costs.
Talia, what are you doing? Why did you turn back to evil?
Father, I don't know. I keep trying to turn back to good, but a part of me... God, just shut it, you weakling. Tanos, you and your minions always look down on me. Grimly insulted me without you ever saying a word. You drove me to this.
My child, that is not true. Look inside yourself. There's still a spark of good there. Let me guide you, and not this...
Whoops! Looks like I accidentally tripped on a cable or something. Unfortunately, Tanos could not continue to talk to Talia. What a pity. Undeterred, Talia continued to work on breaking the stone seal.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, of course. Ha. Soon the seal will be broken. Will fall. It's done. The seal is broken. Oh, what have I done? May the goddess forgive me! Are you still here? Oh, come on! Can't you pour your heart out somewhere else?
While Talia was occupied with herself, again, the seal was completely broken. Several portals to a strange world opened in the dungeon. From them, a few extremely committed demons immediately sprang, ready to serve the releasing from exile evil. The Gehenna stones contained a ruthless and mighty magic that not only supplied the dungeon with mana, but was also very dangerous. This posed no problem for the danger-loving evil, as it was far away. Besides, the magic was only supposed to affect the heroes. With the patience of a fox, the insidious evil now waited for a few heroes to test this ruthless and powerful magic on a few unsuspecting guinea pigs at the cost of a little mana.
I want Tanos's head.
It's payday. Why is there a pile of rocks here?
Why are you wearing a mask? Wait a minute. The rock pile? Oh, I'm sure it's nothing important. We should just leave it alone.
As with the first stone, a number of guardians came to life to attack Talia. In its wisdom, the four-sided evil had already prepared for this. Let's hope so, anyway. The Gehenna stones pulsed with magic. Their spell was once again available.
Talia, please, stop doing this. Return to the light. It took me many years, and I had to reload many previous save games before I finally managed to banish all these demons.
Father, I'm trying, but the evil, it's so strong.
Fight it, my child.
Don't forget that this stinker kept you locked up in a place that isn't called the Fatiguing Library for nothing for the last few years, and that his best friend is a dwarf who hates all elves. I know the narrator should normally be neutral and stay out of the story, but this guy's interjections are getting on my nerves when he's hundreds of miles away.
Right. You're not my father. You just took advantage of me. You claim to be an honest, decent paladin of good, and yet you allowed me to be mocked and insulted. I'm done with you.
Once Talia had returned to her true nature, she ignored Tanos and turned back to the stones.
This way, hobbits! I mean, evil creatures! Follow me! God, hey! Done. The seal is broken.
Talia had conquered another Gehenna stone. This time, even without an extended dialogue with her split personality.
Well, actually, I was about to...
Good grief, just shut up. Where were we? Oh yes. Once again, a huge jet of mana shot into the sky and a portal opened. Whether it led to the Winchester Brothers, Buffies, Charmed, or whatever universe, demons ready to kill jumped out. As usual in good games which still have some game time to fill, there was yet a third stone to be conquered. Talia was already on her way. The third Gehenna stone was very close. And a third time, the Guardians rose to prevent Talia from fumbling with the Gehenna stone. Who would have thought?
Talia, I beg you.
What? You again? This chap's appearing for the third time already. What is he? The God's damn spirit of Christmas or something? Just shut up and let us get on with the game.
But
That's enough! She's not coming back to you. Get it? I reckon that after another 15 or 16 missions, she's gonna beat the ever-loving crap out of you.
But
My God, you just don't quit, do you? Okay. Talia, your job.
Shut up, Tanos! Can I say something here?
No. payday.
Finally, the last seal has been broken. Death to all that is good! Power to evil!
Indeed. Talia had conquered another of the Gehenna stones. Mana into the sky, demons out of the portal, blah blah blah, and so on. You know the score. Now, only the last of the Gehenna stones had to be taken.
Wait a minute, didn't you say a total of 3 stones? That was the 3rd stone already.
No, you're wrong about that.
No, I am not wrong. You said every good game has 3 goals.
I also said any good game.
True. Not much to say to that. Then it's off to number 4.
하이.
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 하이. 환타요.
아.
들리지?
아.
철댕이 인형 보실?
철땡이. 인형은 별로.
요번 상품 최고 비싼 건데 이게.
Payday.
그래도
Payday. It is payday.
철댕이 인형 귀엽습니다.
What do you want me to do?
Talia, normally all good things
Kida,
come
hi.
in threes. But after
Hi.
4 stones, I will try one last time
안녕하세요.
to bring you to your
파이어
가서
senses.
없는 인간이다.
Please stop
가서
what you
철댕이
are
어버.
doing and return to good. Together we can wipe evil from the face of the
빨리
earth.
그
Father,
오픈 상태를 빨리 보여주세요.
never!
어떤 거?
I will
설마
be the
저건가?
queen of evil
야,
and
그럼요.
destroy
맞아,
all
천천히.
that is good.
These words should make everything crystal clear. Time to take the last stone.
내 친구가 그 세븐나이츠 앞에다가
Unsightly
가고
rock pile blocked the way to the
아니
false
근데
stone.
언제부터 마크가 시공에
Cleared
뽑히는
out of
거
the
같지?
way. Soon unturned.
그런 거로 시공에 뽑힌다.
This rock heap was tougher than expected, and what the?
Was it you, my children, are all dead? You will pay for that.
야 스크래 시간 쓰다.
Will crush you.
블러드 트레인.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. Of course, the anticipating evil had already expected something like this and plunged into the fight well prepared. I hope. With a menacing menacing crunch, the huge stone monster hit the ground. The stone-hewing evil had triumphed. It debated having a new bathroom built from the remains. Taking the fourth stone was now child's play. So easy, in fact, that we'll just cover it in a short cutscene and spare you all that annoying clicking. All the seals had now been broken, and the demons thirsted to unleash chaos, destruction, and folk music upon the world at the ultimate evil's side. Okay, maybe I made that last point up. Grimly was still searching for the Dark Elf and the evil around her. On the other hand, she had asserted herself against her father Tanos and resisted the forces of good. But by the time his spies, much to their horror, found the Gehenna stones destroyed, the inconspicuous evil's army had already moved on. The Gehenna stones. After leaving the vestiges of Tristram, Talia set out for the Gehenna stones. They served as seals to keep the Ash Spring swamplands. While Grimly Hammerhand's henchmen were looking for Talia and the Absolute Evil's army, they in turn were slowly marching through the gloom of the Ash Spring swamplands towards the dwarven town of Steelsmith. This idyllic area
벌레가 없고
Whilst elsewhere, Grimly's scouts took the trouble to turn every stone in their search for Talia, and I mean that literally. She was marching towards the town of Steelsmith, the seat of the Dwarven King. However, after a not in the least bit subtle hint from the not at all tactful evil, she had taken a little detour through the Ash Spring swamplands. Here, the ancient, cursed bones of long-forgotten soldiers lay uneasy in their graves, waiting only for the necessary nudge to finally rise and play the Talking Dead or whatever it's called.
던그리드 13층까지만 깨주세요, 누가.
Unfortunately, and of course purely coincidentally, Grimly, the racist Dwarven King, was also currently in Ash Spring.
Aye, chop more wood. I don't have enough resources. I want to build a barracks to hire knights and foot soldiers. I also need some for these palisades. Which idiot is responsible for this, please? My right toe could build a better defense on its own. Now, fix it, and over there, we'll build a watchtower. Or two.
Grimly is here.
네 힘으로 깨야지 의미가 있어.
I'll beat every single goddamn prejudice out of that bearded, drunk's alcohol-soaked carcass. And some of these undead wannabes lying around here in their graves are going to help me. Let's see how that drunken idiot likes facing a few brain-hungry zombies. Not that he needs to be afraid with that little bird brain of his. Talia? Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Undead? How low have we sunk? Are you still there?
엔딩 보고 와, 유튜브로 해서.
I'd finally seen the last of you in the previous mission. Anyway, shut up and let me work. I must raise the living dead.
So in order to start the Night of the Living Dead, our protagonist, the currently eating a chicken leg evil's envoy, had to reach the region's larger cemeteries and recruit their undead.
아, 졸립다, 씨.
마운틴 블레이드 얼마지?
마블은 다 할인할 때 사야지.
그 멀티도 멀티 되지 않나, 마블?
그런 건
없다. 그 모드. 그 저번에 강릉이랑 간 거 얘기한 거 아니야? 그건 모드. 그니까 한 명이 뭐야 군주되고 나머지 애들이 이제 부하들 조종하는 거 부하돼갖고
one of the lucky evil's little snots had discovered a hidden arcanium. Here, demons could create valuable mana, which on the one hand they themselves needed, while on the other could also be used for powerful spells. And so it was that the first demon began to generate powerful mana in the arcanium. Ah, delicious mana. I like to spread it on my Sunday morning croissant, as my wife passes me a cup of tea and massages my feet, as I open the newspaper to the obituaries. But back to the subject. Mana was also important to the couldn't care less about Sunday morning croissant's evil, because, on the one hand, his higher level demons loved the stuff, and on the other hand, it could be used to cast powerful spells. Of course, the excited evil couldn't wait to promptly try it out. Your creatures have inadvertently dug into a dragon's nest. It's payday. Your creatures have inadvertently dug into a dragon's nest.
To the enemy! Ow!
Damn pretty witches sneaking around here somewhere. Let's go, men. Double the watches and leave something for me.
Ah, you have no chance against me and the ultimate evil. I can smell your beer breath all the way down into my dungeon, you drunken shrimp.
Spread out and find her.
The presence of the inconspicuous as a rainbow-colored dog evil's army was no longer a secret. In fact, it was amazing it had escaped the warriors of good for so long. Well, their leader was a dwarf and he had lots of beer, but I digress. Hopefully the dungeon's defenses are ready. There are enemies in your dungeon.
My orders. Absolute evil!
It's payday.
You desire?
Isn't that palisade finished yet? Get a move on, you lazy goddamn slackers!
Take that, you worm!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
land.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
왜 못 들어가는 거야?
I'll be back. And stay down! Who do you want dead?
Payday.
I'm the Queen of Evil! Everything good must die.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
What?
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Evil comes from above. Hey!
Cut more trees, you sleepyheads. We need more wood.
There are enemies in your dungeon. It's payday.
Ouch! is good.
If you worked any slower, you'd be going backwards!
Alright, you undead! Up you get! Fight for me and regain your honor! I am Isildur's heir! I mean, the deathly pale evil's messenger! Fight for me, and I will consider your oath fulfilled. An oath that you never swore! Excuse me, I seem to have mixed a few things up.
Splendid speech. But good enough for the mindless hordes buried here, who excitedly signaled their approval, even if it was with nothing more than a moaned brains. And so, the walking dead arose to serve the abominable evil. And of course, his eloquent envoy with the split personality.
Hey! I can't hear you!
I certainly hope so. I don't want to just waste my insults.
We'll talk later. Go, undead. Destroy the living. Oh, hey!
And the living dead rose.
What are you doing, you deadbeats? Are you seriously going to let a few old corpses get the better of you? Take care of this baby before I kick your asses so hard you fly all the way to Stormbreeze, where you can tell Thanos personally what a bunch of goddamn cowards you really are. I can't drink enough beer to make you lazy dogs better.
There are enemies in your dungeon. It's payday. And again, the brain-hungry zombies rose against the human defenses.
Cut more trees, you sleepyheads. We need more wood.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course.
More undead joined the monstrous evil, and with a spirited, if moaned, brains staggered off towards the human defenders, the glorious...
Hey, that's my text. You don't even appear in this dialogue at all.
Your problem for taking such a long ciggy break. I'll take over your job in the long run. That's something we can both agree on.
Are your two personalities conspiring against me? Huh. As a narrator, I am unsurpassed. If you heard the stories I tell in the bar on weekends, forget about that. Additional undead have been secured for the insidious evil. Suddenly, a few dissatisfied bears appeared directly in front of Talia. Exactly, bears. And they attacked.
Hey!
This had nothing to do with a certain narrator's injured pride, but made total sense within the framework of the story. The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course.
Population limit reached? Population limit reached? Ha! Well then, plenty to throw at the enemy.
Payday.
Showed him. Evil will triumph. Even more undead. Yes, walk my mindless hordes and destroy the living. Do you always have to be so evil? Ugh. Is that a trick question? Naturally! Who, if not me?
And even more undead marched against the human defenses in the glamorous evil's name. They didn't stand a chance. But suddenly, and this had nothing to do with the protagonist's previous insults, evil bears once again appeared to attack Talia.
Hey, it's all right, okay? You can keep your job. I'm sorry.
Almost miraculously, a bolt of lightning hit the bears and killed them on the spot. Amazing! But of course, it all made sense within the greater framework of this story. The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course.
I can't drink enough beer to make you lazy dogs bearable.
One of your islands of evilness is under attack.
What?
And zombies rose from their graves. Payday.
Move it, you slackers! We need more resources.
I am the evil.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Move it, you slackers! We need more resources.
월팅에서 워해머 콜라보 한다며.
워해머?
뭐
판타지? 이랬지 않아요? 4만?
그런 것 같은데?
갓겜이잖아.
같이 할래 지금 워해머? 지금 소커드님 하고 있는데.
I want Tanos's head.
누구 소커? 워터 아저씨?
저희 이거 마파요 지금 같이 하고 있어.
세상에. 워해머 콜라보?
좀 이따가
큰 갓겜이잖아 완전.
Your dungeon heart is under attack. Payday.
Give your order.
have to leave you now because I have to prepare something back home. But you hold the fort here. Got it? Good. Then take care of them.
With these heroic words, Grimly, the great dwarf king, took to his heels and ran. Some might think it cowardly.
Yes, the damn coward. But we'll get him and then we'll organize an intervention. We'll tear him a new one.
My goodness, what a turn of phrase. Outrageous. Still, it was a desire I can only agree with. Come on, for the validation-craving evil. Enemies have entered the dungeon. And zombies rose from their graves.
왜? 알아서 먹을게. 아싸. 알아서 먹을게.
Command me. I am the Queen of Evil. Show him.
The Walking Dead set out to destroy all living things. All good living things, of course. It's payday. And the good people's defensive camp went up in flames. The pitiful survivors ran in panic and dispersed in all directions.
Tara! Those cowards! See how they run! Isn't that funny?
It does have something comical about it. Even the zombies emitted a laughing moan before pushing on to get some tasty brains before the others did.
Now it is time to find Grimly and give him his rightful punishment.
What rightful punishment?
Oh, rightful or not, what do I care? As long as the dwarf suffers!
The lands of Ashspring were wholly under the crazed evil's control. Every now and then, a confused zombie would pop up, even though the living had already been driven out. But that didn't matter, for the absolute evil's hordes set out for Steelsmith, King Grimly's headquarters. The Ashspring Swamplands. While Grimly Hammerhand's henchmen were looking for the Battle of Steelsmith. Led by Talia, the brutal evil's army had reached the dwarven town of Steelsmith and made ready to storm it. Inside, the fierce dwarven King Grimly planned its defense.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ